Hey people, welcome to DarkSiders 2, the definitive edition. I don't know why the hell they have to try and make it so cutesy. Alright, let's start a new game. Let's see, all this is normal. Okay, let's go. Now, this game is...
There can be no life without order. Good, evil, darkness, light. There must be balance in the universe. Such is the decree of the Shard Council, an ancient body charged by the Creator to preserve the very fabric of existence. But the balance has been broken. Even now, Earth smolders in ruin, fallen to the demon lords, and the Destroyer carves a new kingdom amongst his mighty chosen. Some say the Horsemen War triggered the apocalypse, that he rode to Earth unbidden and doomed all of mankind. But what of the other Horsemen, fearless enforcers of the Council's will? What of fury, strife, and death? To know those names, you must first know another. Nephilim, cursed union of angel and demon. The Nephilim had countless realms to pursue and burned them to ash. But 4 amongst them grew weary of the slaughter and feared their conquest would imperil the balance. And so a truce was made. The 4 would serve the Council in exchange for unimaginable power. Thus were the dreaded Horsemen formed, and the Riders' first task was to purge their own brethren from creation, to annihilate the Nephilim and destroy their souls. Let us now cast our gaze to one amongst the 4, not War, who lies chained at the Council's feet, professing his innocence, but one who would save his brother above all else. He has many names: Kinslayer, Executioner, Death. To bargain for war's freedom, Death swore that he would resurrect humanity. But he knew not how this might be done. And so Death rode forth into the icy veil to find the Keeper of Secrets.
Okay. I had tried to record DarkSiders 1, but due to that game being a buggy pain in the ass, I've basically given up on trying to do that. This game they actually fixed a number of the bugs with. Back when I played it on the PlayStation 3, it was literally almost unplayable. It would crash every 45 minutes to an hour. Alright. For those of you who know about these kind of games, every one of them is different. DarkSiders 1 was a more Dynasty Warriors style hack and slash. Alright. Here we have our scythe. Here we have our secondary weapon. This game is more akin to a Zelda-like game with Diablo-like item drops, with Diablo-like loot drops. You also have your standard skill trees. On the right you have Harbinger, which is mostly focused on the scythes. On the left you have the Necromancer, which is mostly focused on spellcasting. You have the Reaper gauge, which fills over time, letting Death take his quote-unquote true form in the form of the Reaper. I'm going to be using the Harbinger path, since that's the path I prefer. Yes, I already did that, you piece of garbage. This is our secondary weapon. They come in two forms, small and fast, and big and heavy. Those of you who are familiar with the first game will notice one major change in this one. Unlike War, who is slow and pondering, Death is fast, agile. Of the four games now, with DarkSiders Genesis being out, this is by far my favorite. You'll also notice that we get potions dropped from enemies. Those are healing potions, as are displayed underneath our status bars. You'll also notice that instead of souls, we are collecting gold. Don't know why they decided to make that particular change. Souls work perfectly fine in the first one. Death is a lot less tanky than War, so your best bet is to dodge. Though Death also hits a hell of a lot harder than War did. Though you can only carry 5 healing potions. Let's see. And unlike the first game where you had separate combos for each weapon, you can chain combos in this game. Yeah, let's just drop down. Now we still have the execution. Now, most of the gear we're getting right now is basically garbage. But not that way. This is also a game that likes throwing mini-bosses at you. Yes, yes, I know. And that's Death's true form. The Reaper. Okay, let's continue on with the Murder Fest. Now, I'm not going to show everything in this playthrough, so there's going to be some points whenever there's missing content. Because, let's face facts, a lot of the content in this game can get really boring because you're hunting for little things and collecting crap to gain access to other things. So I'm going to show off the main storyline, maybe the DLCs, a few extras. Haven't decided if this is going to be a BitChute exclusive yet. And here's another gimmick for this one. Now all these mechanics are going to come into play a lot. You really don't think throwing a chunk of mountain at Death is going to dissuade him, do you? Most of the mechanics seen in the previous games are back in this one. Now, this is a completely fresh playthrough. And no, I am most likely not going to be going after the abyssal armor. Most of the armor is pretty easy to get, but the final piece of the armor that you have to get from the cauldron is a mind-numbing pain in the ass. And I mean that quite literally. This is about as fast as Death goes. I believe there's 4 or 5 different realms we visit in the main game. Each has their own quests and side quests, little objectives. And here's more story.
Keeper of secrets, I need your help.
I helped you once before, Horseman. Look at me now. How I cursed that day. How I curse you.
Careful, Crowfather. I'm not here to put you out of your misery. Not yet.
I know why you've come. Your brother, the one called War. He's been imprisoned by the Charred Council and awaits their judgment. For dooming the Earth. For mankind's extinction. Why should I care about your brother's fate?
Because you know the truth. Your secrets can save him.
The Council will condemn War. Strip him of power, let him rot in oblivion. To hide the truth. My secrets cannot prove his innocence, Horseman.
No. But they can help me to erase the crime.
Bring mankind back from extinction. Madness.
If it's madness, then who better to show me the way?
Should a way exist, you will find it here.
The tree of life. Let me pass.
Not yet. That which you gave me, you will take it back.
In exchange for its secrets, you agreed to keep the amulet.
No. The voices, they curse and threaten without end. They cry to return. You must destroy it.
I cannot.
You annihilated their flesh. Why do you guard their souls?
Open the portal.
You will not pass while I live.
Oh, that's easily fixed.
So be it.
Here your brethren are trapped in eternal torment. Do you wish to join them? And what of war? Would you kill your brother to save your precious balance?
He is innocent.
Are you so certain?
Round 2 of the tutorial boss. Ow. I forgot that he did that. Low weapons are not advisable against war. I really, really loathe quick time events. Excuse me. I do not want to be in front of that. Really don't want to be in front of that either. Or that. In this game, it's more focused on dodging rather than taking the blow. In many ways, it's a lot like DarkSiders 3. But where 3 revolves around countering, 2 revolves around just waiting for an opening. And more story.
Open up the portal. Your secrets die with you. Oh, fool.
My secrets, but not yours.
Arguably, this is the game that ultimately doomed THQ. They spent $50 million on this game. You don't spend...
Uncountable worlds of our universe swirl in an endless abyss. Many worlds ravaged by time or conflict are swallowed by the abyss. returned to the nothingness from which they were formed. But others linger for eternity on the brink of annihilation, that creation might be balanced with destruction. And in the final moment of battle, death was banished to one such world in the autumn of its life, yet not far from the edge of darkness. Had death been sent to his doom, that answer would be found in the horseman's future and in his past.
Be still, horseman. You are wounded.
Don't touch me.
Your arrival here is a bad omen. Yes. Troubles me greatly.
Old one, there's more trouble ahead if you don't start making sense. Where is the tree of life?
Life? This world is dying, lad. Choking on chaos and corruption. We can do little to stop it. Soon, the great tree too shall perish, and with it, the last of my people. Is that not what brought you here, Pale Rider?
I seek the tree. Your chaos and corruption don't concern me.
It seems they don't concern.
As I was saying, THQ Nordic spent $50 million on this game. How they expected to recoup their losses on a niche title with that kind of budget, I do not know.
You fight well, but this corruption can't be beaten with a blade. Seek out the Forged Sister. Ask her about the fire of the mountain. Help her, and she will help you reach the tree. As for me, I must return to my work.
And who are you to command a rider?
I am a maker, older than even the Charred Council. These hands have laid the foundations for many worlds, but that was long ago. And now, they but hardly know the touch of stone.
Are you not curious as to why I seek the tree?
I would not presume to question one of the four, but yes, tell me.
I must restore humanity to redeem war.
Heaven and hell battle upon the shattered earth. All creation trembles, and at the center of it all stands your brother.
He is innocent.
I never said he wasn't. The tree holds power over life and death. If you would resurrect humanity, then you are headed in the right direction. Be warned. A dark presence dwells now within the tree, and the path is barred by corruption.
Let me make a minor correction. I said THQ Nordic. I meant to say just THQ. Okay, yes. Skill points. Blah, blah, blah. Like I said, I'm going to choose the Harbinger path, because it's the one I'm the most familiar with. But alright, we have a new ability, so assign the action. I will assign that to left button and A. Yes, I'm having to use an Xbox controller. Technically, there are ways to get the PlayStation controller to work, but I don't have the time or patience to do that. Alright. Now we move on to the hub of this first world. Here we have our active quests. and the map for the area. This is the map for this section of the game. And accessible through all of it is the Crucible, which I do not plan to take any part in right now, because, as stated, that is a pain in the ass. Alright, we done. Tristone, the last bastion of the Makers. Not going to talk to him right now because he's not really going to be all that useful to me at the moment. See, I don't think there's anything down here, but you never know. One thing that Gunfire did do right was they hid things in really out-of-the-way places, making you explore. The glowing dragon thingy up there is where you used to get the DLC items.
Maker's beard. The rumors are true. A horseman in the Forge lands. The name's Alia, and that's my brother Valus. We are the keepers of this forge, though I reckon that means less now than once it did.
This is a Maker's Forge?
Nay, Maker's Forge is lost to us, silenced by the hands of corruption. But in its depths we once crafted the dark towers of hell and the cities of heaven.
Now you make trinkets?
And you, one of the four, now seek the aid of the Makers? I guess we've all fallen from high places.
I came here seeking the tree, and your elder speaks of fire. What is it?
Aye, the fire of the mountain, the Stonefather's blood. It once flowed into our forge, as did the tears. Both imbued our craft with incredible power, the heart and the soul of stone. But corruption has taken them, and now our forge is silent.
Why does this concern me?
The way to the tree is lost, barred by corruption. You can no more leave this place than we. Restore our forge, and the tree can be reached.
I don't follow your reasoning.
We are makers, not warriors. But we are not without our weapons. Before the forge was lost, we crafted a mighty creature of soul and stone. A colossus to fight this corruption. But to awaken him requires a maker's key. And we need our forge to craft one. Will you help us?
What is this cauldron?
A temple built in the shadow of Stonefather's Peak. There the fire of the mountain was harnessed and passed into our forge. Right east of town, right through the charred pass, and towards the cindery peak of the Stonefather. There, you will find the cauldron.
Man of no words, your brother.
But hardly silent. His voice is the ring of the hammer and the roar of the white flame.
Yes, he works while you talk. I may have need of a blade.
Is your need greater than ours, horseman? I think not. We fight for the survival of our realm and our kin. Prove worthy, and mayhaps we can do business.
Translation: help us and we may help you. Now the DLC that you used to get from this thing, you actually now find in the world, so the box is always empty. You now find it scattered around the world, and usually pain in the ass places to get. Now, I'm gonna come up here and talk to this lady.
We've been awaiting your arrival, horseman. Your shadow has long hovered over this realm.
Many know the Reaper, old one, but I don't know you.
We are the builders of this world, but corruption seethes at its heart and destroys in days what we shaped over eons. Adar does his best to soothe our pain, but our souls yearn for only one comfort: death. We are without hope. Horseman, do you ever doubt your future?
No.
So one like yourself would set out to change a fate that displeases him. That is a long and dangerous path, even for death himself.
How is that your concern, Shaman?
Only that I am skilled at crafting talismans. If you gather the proper materials and return them to me, I'll make a potent talisman to aid you on your journey.
What do you require?
Stalker's bone, mordant dew, and carven stone. It is not a simple charm.
Where can I find them?
Somewhere in the Forge Lands. I rarely leave Tristone, but that Puck Khan is always out exploring. He can tell you more, no doubt.
It's a pain in the ass to get, but the talisman is actually quite useful.
Tell me, Shaman, what is corruption?
I only know what I fear it to be. That corruption is hate given life, and that hate does not come from trees or stones, but from ourselves.
You despair, old one, and yet raise life from the earth.
I am a shaman, bound to this task even as our days darken. We are as the vines, coming to root, then to flower, and then to decay, dropping seeds upon the dust. A circle everlasting. I cannot stop it, nor can I stop you.
Tell me more about the Tree of Life.
The forest around the tree has been corrupted. It hungers. You cannot reach the tree, not with breath still in you. The path of a brother troubles you. It is your past, but also your future.
We can't use this just yet, but...
Stone, wood, iron, these are the gifts of the makers.
it will prove useful later. Alright, I'm gonna cut it here. I will see you all in the next one if I continue this. This may be a one-off. I don't know. Alright, this is My70. I'll see y'all later. Oh wait, I gotta save first. Okay, there we go. Now I'll see y'all later.